Today's video, guys, is going to be short, but I just wanted to show you some of the stuff I'm doing. I do collect at times certain types of postcards, but I primarily know about postcards and their values and became interested in them because I buy and sell things for a living. And what you have here today are both postcards, but also some other things that look very similar. In some cases, these are postcards at the bottom. In other cases, they're just pieces of artwork. But that's essentially what these are as well. They are pieces of artwork. They just have, they're set up to be sent as postcards in the back. And what I've done is I've taken the cards that are etchings or engravings, so pieces of artwork essentially, and they usually have a signature or initials like down here at the bottom, but this is just a scene. It looks like it's a Parisian scene, a countryside scene, people on little boats. This was a big sort of leisure activity during this time period, early 1900s, late 1800s, was to get into a little boat or a canoe and paddle around. It's just, it was a fun thing for people to do. But what I've done is I've taken a variety of these, as you can see, and I bought a cheap frame. These cost me $2.50. This is another one here. And I basically put these in a frame because if I want to sell these, I can sell them quicker and for more money by having them in a frame. People will buy these as little gifts for friends or family, or they'll get them for themselves and put them on the wall. So now instead of having a postcard and not knowing what to do with it, if it's already used, let's say it's posted, or you don't really, it's not something you do is send postcards out to people anymore, but you can appreciate the skill involved and the artwork itself. This is something you can hang on the wall. You can set it on a desk top, something like that. And so I 10 of these, $2.50 a piece. That's not too much of an investment. And now this can be enjoyed by somebody else. These are all 4x6s. But these, this one right here is like a 3.5 by 5.5, and then these others are just, I just find them very interesting. I really appreciate artwork, and so to see this type of stuff on postcards is cool. This is a different type of paper than was typically used. You can see that it doesn't have the straight cut edges. This is more of like an art type paper, or a paper that you could use that watercolor is done on a lot of times, and these were block press prints, so they would have had a plate that had been engraved or etched on, and depending on the process, they would have either used a chemical process to render the image, or they would have simply rolled ink onto the plate, and then they would have either slid that plate through a rolling printing press, or they might have had one of the older ones, in which case it would have just been a flat top, and then you had a crank above it, and they would crank it and press it down and create the image. And a lot of these here, let's see, this one's a good example that's out. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but around the edges, it is lightly depressed. You can kind of barely see that, and that just shows you that it was pressed down onto the paper. And all of these postcard ones that I have were done as well. I don't know if these were like limited pressings. My guess is not. These could have been done as keepsakes, things to buy for travelers. My guess is it was intended for travelers because it's of all of these kind of well-known buildings and landmarks in Paris primarily. But I really like this. This is sort of like a different type of a card from a lot of the ones that would have a message or some sort of colorful picture for a particular holiday. This is really just geographically specific. And again, that would be a good gift for like a family member or a friend who's just traveled to that place. But keep in mind, if you get these postcards and you really like the image, it might be worth throwing them in a frame. And especially if you're looking to sell something, if you want to put it out like at an antique store, or even sell it online, places like Etsy or eBay, this is a really good bet to do. I buy these a lot of times in lots of paper ephemera that will have a variety of things like old documents or ledgers or photographs, and then a lot of times there are postcards. And sometimes postcards like this, people just really don't know what to do with them when they get them. They're like, oh, it looks nice, but I don't really know. This is something I found that works for me for selling, but again, I can put these on a wall and then just enjoy and appreciate the look of it as well. All right, these two just came in today. They're postcards I bought on eBay. And then this package right here is supposed to be 1,600 postcards. And so since they just came in today, I thought I'd add this on and show you kind of what I got. So I just cut it here, but I haven't pulled it out yet. So it's this right here. Nice. It's just a couple of gentlemen here and a little old canoe. Just having a little pleasure cruise out here on a river. And then what do we have over here? Let's see here. Didn't put anything around it to keep it protected, unfortunately, but okay, look at this. It's an old couple of old gentlemen. So we've got a very tall man. It could be that this is just an enormous man and a normal sized man, or maybe this is a normal sized man and a very small man. But they're out here. They look like like a lumber yard or something. Just standing by each other. Awesome. All right, I've cut the box. It's always I'm always curious as to how people are going to package things. When it's one card, usually, I mean, these were exceptions that I just got. Unfortunately, they had nothing around them. Usually they come with like a hard plastic sleeve, maybe cardboard around it, which is nice. Okay, so they got some package, and so look at this. They're not wrapped at all, anything. So they're just in there to jostle around. But let's slide around here and just see. This is supposed to be around approximately 1,600 postcards, and I'm just going to randomly pull some out here, and we're going to see what we got. Just a random stack today. I will sort these later, and maybe I'll bring some on the channel again later. So here's one, the Battle of Lake Erie. That's cool. Here's an older one, as you can see by the way it has the side portion. Central Park, New York City. Nice. Unposted. All right, we got another one here, Bridge over Clarion River, Clarion, Pennsylvania. Here's another older one, black and white. Robert Fulton's birthplace. Nice. Okay, so here's a little bit of a monument. Here's some goat heads. Looks like it's all over the place here. Still going through. The YMCA building in Pennsylvania. So some of these that are from certain locations might have some value for collectors who collect stuff from certain locations. Kind of see through here, a couple black and white ones, but various types. Well, I'm excited to get in here. Wish me luck, and on the next week postcard video, I will likely have pulled out some ones out of here that I want to sell either in small lots or individually. So more on that to come.